Prologue. How does a moment last forever? How does a moment last forever? How can a story never die? It is love we must hold on to. Never easy, but we try. Sometimes our happiness is captured. Somehow a time and place stand still. Love lives on inside our hearts and always will. Minutes turn to hours, days to years then gone. But when all else has been forgotten, still our song lives on. Maybe some moments weren't so perfect. Maybe some memories not so sweet. But we had to know some bad times or our lives are incomplete. Then when the shadows overtake us, just when we feel all hope is gone, we'll hear our song and know once more our love lives on. How does a moment last forever? How does our happiness endure? Through the darkest of our troubles, love is beauty, love is pure. Love brings no mind to desolation. It flows like a river through the soul, protects, persists, and perseveres, and makes us whole. Minutes turn to hours, days to years and gone. But when all else has been forgotten, still our song lives on. How does a moment last forever when our song lives on? The mysterious island that provided isolation and was their home for many season cycles. But it was no longer safe. The family packed what they could, crossing the land path for the last time. Ruby made sure their young was close to Trudy and Thud, Chomper falling behind. She pitied him, the way he glanced back at the island, the many memories, the life they'd built there. She walked over and patted him, breaking him from his daze. I wish Screech were going with us.
I know, I miss him too. But he'd want us to carry on, to not look back.
Yeah, but our home, will we ever come back to it?
I hope so. One day. For now, Chomper, it's time to go. Go we must.
Even with all this power, I couldn't keep our family safe. I failed us, Ruby.
No, you did what you could, and what you did might not have been enough.
She flipped the bow around, holding it out.
Your mother gave me this bow and told me, take this weapon and protect your family. That is what I vowed to do, and what I shall continue to do so. But I need you by my side to know we're in this together.
Chomper gave a soft nod, placing his hand on hers. Okay, I'm with you. Blood of my blood.
Bone of my bone.
They moved on, making their way to the beach, their young running around before they pressed on. The family were joined by an injured Sharptooth flyer, Wind, who stuck close to them. Once they reached the mysterious beyond, all were on guard, always watching for danger, not knowing who was friend or who was foe. It took many days, the young resting in the large turtle shell, while the adults kept walking, wanting to reach the great valley as quickly as they could. When they saw the great wall, Ruby breathed a sigh of relief.
We made it. Reached it. We have at last.
I wonder what our friends have been up to since we last saw them. It was a good question, for many season cycles had passed. Who could say how their friends were, or even what they were up to? There was no communication between the Gang of Seven since the conflict with Stephanie and the Killer Pack, which seemed like a lifetime ago. So much changing between then and now. The question that bothered Ruby most of all was if they'd be welcomed back into the Great Valley.